Well guys, it's very warm in here at the moment, and you have to excuse me being out of breath. It's now the 12th of March, and on Tuesday, it was Saturday now, on Tuesday they think we could have some more rain. But even though we've had all this dry weather, as you can see that soil's still quite damp, but it's allowing me to get it through the trommel at the moment. So so I'm making the most of it, and hopefully today I'll finish getting the last bed through the trommel so that I can dig the rest of the manure in and pelly mix, and then we can call this pretty much done as far as bed preparation goes. We can plant in it. I'll come back to you a little bit later on. It's the next day, and we finished putting the soil through the trommel yesterday, and now I'm just throwing on some manure on the top of it, and then we're going to get some pelly mix in it as well, which should lighten it up, because especially at that end of the polytunnel it is quite a lot of clay and things, and we want to be able to lighten that up a little bit. So first things first is chuck a load of manure in, and we'll go from there. This is a pelly mix bag that's been used or pre-used by a tomato company. I've had loads of you asking about them. We only use them as a bulking agent because most of the ground we've got here is clay based, and we need something in it to lighten it up. Now, in some of the outer beds, this root all breaks down quite fast anyway, and it you know, it comes out quite well. But I think a lot of it's based on like the cocoa husk, the coir based sort of soils. But for the polytunnel, we're going to put it through the rotavator first, and then we're going to stick it through the trommel like everything else, and then hopefully we should take out most of this root like we did for the carrot bed last year. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay guys, so there you have it. It's all churned up now, and there's root in it which we're going to take out. Normally they don't have as much root as last year, but last year it seemed to be quite a lot of root in them. But as you can see, it's quite a good thing to add to beds to break up clay soils and things like that. We haven't got it all out. Like I said, this is haven't all broken up, and all of that will fall out the other end of the trommel. In an outside bed it doesn't really matter, you can just stick it in and let it break down as and when, you know, so that'd be okay to stick in a bed now. But in the polytunnel we don't want to do that, so the next step now is to get a wheelbarrow full of this and throw it through the trommel. So I'm going to set you up, and then you can see from there. To give you some sort of idea, guys, the total amount in this trailer is probably around about 2 or 3 wheelbarrow loads of this stuff, and it cost me 80 pence in bags, so we put 4 bags in there. So, you know, it's good, you know, good stuff really when you think about it for the money. And as this is only there to help fill beds and things like that because of the size of the allotment, you know, it's a good start. It's not like we're just growing in this on its own. However, this stuff is great for growing carrots and parsnips in, because it's still got quite a bit of nutrients left in it, and there's nothing in it to stop the roots going down so they don't fork. So here we have it, guys. This is the product once it's gone through the trommel and everything else. The odd root or two in it, but you know, like I said, they'll break down to nothing, and it's a very fine thing. It holds loads of water, so it's great for moisture retention, especially in the polytunnel where we're going to need it. And so we're going to dig some of this into that clay soil, which should help to lighten it up a bit and aid drainage and break that sort of soil up a bit. So that's the next step. Now we got probably 4 or 5 barrows aside to do, so we probably get through this whole pallet by the time we finish, but it will help the bed no end, I think. Anyway, I'll come back to you later. Well guys, the bed that we put through the trommel yesterday has now had all its manure and pelly mix put into it. I'll just set you down here. I'm hoping you can see this, but it's a nice throwaway soil. This one side alone has got about 10 wheelbarrows of manure and about 5, 6, 7 wheelbarrows of pelly mix in it. So it's broken that clay up quite nice, you know, nice friable, and it should be rich enough now to grow in it. We will add some bone meal and bloodfish and bone to it. But the important thing is we're able to get planting if we need to now, and but as you can see, it's nice and friable. I think a couple of years working on this now, putting in some compost and things like that, you know, over the years it'll be nice. This bed here has had all the manure put on top of it. It just needs digging in, and then the same for the other two big, the other big bed and the other one this size up a little bit further. So that one up there and that one over there. This one over here has had the manure dug in already. We just got to get some pelly mix in there now, but you can see the difference that the pelly mix makes. You know, it lightens that clay looking soil up so it doesn't look so bad, you know, it looks more like compost in a way. I'm hoping that with the feeds that we're going to be giving, like bloodfish and bone and the bone meal and chicken manure pellets and things in it, it's going to do what we need. And of course it's got that big boost of manure. And we're also going to be feeding with things like seaweed, comfrey, nettle tea and compost tea as well throughout the year. So you know, I think we'll be in good stead with this. You know, the important thing is they got a good root run, so you know the plants should thrive in it. That's it for the prep of the soil for the polytunnel. We'll do another episode now when it comes to sort of putting things like the tomato supports and things in. We didn't get around to building our big shelving unit, but you know, it's still early, we might get around to it. But I've got so much other stuff going on, as you guys know, in the plot, that I'm just trying to get the bed sorted. Tomorrow I'm up here again. I'll finish the other beds, but I've got some other video which I've been filming for the, you know, for other things on the plot. But along with this one, I might do a walkthrough of what the, you know, what we've, you know, like an update on what's been going on in the plot, because I haven't filmed everything. But you know, at least now you've seen a finished bed in effect in the new polytunnel from very, very poor ground. In fact, I'm going to take you outside and just show you what that ground was like, because just outside you can see now the soil has hit it. And I'm going to take a handful of this stuff, put it down by the side of it so you can see. So this, guys, is the ground that we dug in, and I'm not sure if you're going to make this out, guys, but I've dug this over for something else which you'll see in another film. Can you see this? Bear with me a second. Okay, so this stuff is what it was like. It's got a load of it there, and that stuff is now what it's like. So you know, it makes a big difference. So it's worth doing all of that in the polytunnel, and but you know, we'll finish that off now. Sorry for rambling a bit, but I lost trail of thought then. Anyway, oh, the heat in the polytunnel. I came up this morning, I'd opened all the windows in here because it was very hot. It was 42 degrees in here, so I'd opened all the windows. But when after opening the windows, I don't know if you're going to be able to make this out, bear with me 1 second. I don't think you guys can make it out. No, I'm not sure you can. Anyway, at the moment it's saying the maximum temperature in here was, since I've opened the windows, have been 34.2. Last night it went down to 5.8 degrees. I reset it now. It's currently 20.8 degrees, so it dropped over 14 degrees in here since opening the windows, you know, this morning. So that it dropped from the 40 odd down to the 34 after resetting, after opening the windows, and now it's dropped out to 20.8. So the ventilation's working brilliant in here, and I haven't got them all open. I think I've got 3 in, which is that one there in the corner. Not because I can't, because the barrels are sunk low enough to remove it. These 2 here I haven't because the barrels are in the way. But like I said, it's dropped out to 20.8, which is, you know, a nice temperature in here. So, and the wind is moving through here quite nice. So I think it should really help the plants. Anyway, that's it for this episode, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. See you later. Bye, guys.